A fight that will not go to distance. Jared Cannonier faces off against Gregory Robocop Rodrigues in the main event this weekend. My prediction in this video. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum. Walaikum salam.
Despite being on a 2-fight losing skid, Jared Cannonier gets another main event spot at the Apex. I feel like Cannonier has only been fighting in the Apex the last couple of years, but he will face the ever so dangerous Gregory Robocop Rodrigues, right? And it's another Apex card, which is kind of sad because Dane always talks about how they want to go out of the Apex and travel the world again, but then I'm like, why aren't you traveling the world then? Back in the day, it used to be that every fight night was somewhere, like every fight night was in some place. It doesn't need to be a big venue, just somewhere with some fans. Somehow, we still get those Apex cards, but it's another Apex card. It's a small cage. Jared Cannonier, as I mentioned, is on a 2-fight losing skid, which I think will play a big factor in this fight because Jared Cannonier is 40 years of age.
You're 40 years of age!
He turns 41 in 1.5 months or something like that. So he's really, in my opinion at least, even for the middleweight division, over the hill. I do believe that the retirement is coming soon for him because, quite frankly, he will never challenge for a title again. He once fought for the title against Israel Adesanya in a, lackluster fight, I would say, and lost the fight by decision to Izzy. And Jared Cannonier is a phenomenal fighter. He has a lot of power, very good striking, and is very athletic, right? But the time just comes for everyone. And if you watch his recent fights, and we have to be fair, he's only fighting the best of the best. He's not fighting any cans. He fought his last 2 fights for Nassourdine Imavov, and we saw what Nassourdine did to Izzy, and against Caio Borralho. Nassourdine knocked him out or finished him, you can say, of course. There were some discussions about if the stoppage, I think it was Jason Herzog, the referee, if the stoppage was right or not, but he had it coming. I mean,
I'm coming!
If the ref would have continued to fight, I am pretty sure that Nassourdine would have got him out of there anyway. And then in his last fight against Caio Borralho, yes, he went to a decision, but if you watch the fight, he took so much damage again. He was rocked on multiple occasions again. You could even argue that the ref could have stopped the fight in some instances. Like, he takes damage now and gets hurt now like he never, like it never happened to him before. I never really saw Jared really hurt, wobbled, or in trouble in recent fights. He went on a big winning skid. He beat Strickland, even though I think he lost that fight. He beat a lot of good guys, but recently it feels like you can see the age a little bit.
I'm old.
He still has one-shot knockout power for sure, but he's facing off against Caio Borralho, bro, my brain.
This is CTE Island.
He's facing off against Gregory Rodrigues, a up-and-coming psycho. He's 32 years old, even though I would really like to see his birth certificate because he looks like 45.
You look like a 50-year-old retired skateboarder.
Gregory looks like 45, but he's an absolute machine. He's a physical specimen. He reminds me a little bit of Charlton Almeida, by the way of his looks. And yeah, he's 32. He's still coming into his prime, or he probably is in his prime now, and he's on a winning skid. I think a 3-5 winning streak, 2 of them coming by knockout, by finish, 1 of them by decision. He has a lot of power, and what you can't forget is Gregory Rodrigues actually is a world-class grappler. He just, kind of like Ilia Topuria, just loves to strike and bang, but he is a world-class grappler. He can take the fight to the ground whenever he wants and even finish the fight on the ground whenever he wants. Even though Jared Cannonier has good, especially defensive grappling, but I'm very, very confident that Gregory Rodrigues, if he chooses to, if he needs to, can take that fight to the ground whenever he likes and has good chances of even submitting Jared Cannonier, right? But Gregory Rodrigues is in love with the hands. He's training at one of the best gyms in the world, Kill Cliff FC, right? Phenomenal gym. By the way, Kill Cliff, let me in. I'm going to Miami for UFC 314. They won't let me in. The gym is only for pro fighters. I want to do a gym review. But anyways, and he also trains quite often with Boatan, Alex Pereira, right? So the looks that he gets in the gym, the sparring rounds that he gets are absolutely phenomenal. Hey, on the other hand, Cannonier trains at the MMA lab. Watch my gym review of the MMA lab on my channel. An absolutely phenomenal gym as well. I love the gym, one of the best gyms in the world. But for that weight class, they do not have that many bodies. They mostly have bantamweights. Gregory Rodrigues has some of the best sparring partners in the world for his weight class in Kill Cliff, and of course, as I said, with Alex Pereira. So I just feel like Gregory Rodrigues will just come to this fight very confident and very prepared and ready. And if you're Cannonier, however tough you are, if you got knocked out or finished 2 fights ago, and now the last fight you also got rocked on multiple occasions and somehow in some way managed to survive, and now you're fighting a guy again that you know has a lot of power, I would not be surprised if he maybe even is a little bit gun shy and like a little bit hesitant and not too confident in his chin anymore, which he shouldn't be, because I do think his chin is not gone, but is on the way out. Same as he is on the way out, right? You have to take that into consideration. He's only human. Even though he looks like a physical specimen still at his age, he's only human. And I do believe that his chin, that's why at the beginning of this video I said the fight will not go the distance. It's 5 rounds in the small cage. Even though Cannonier is not even famous for using his footwork and evading and walking away from the fight and stuff, he loves to be in the fire. But in the small cage, they will be forced to have those brawls. They will be forced to engage a lot. And I do believe that Gregory Rodrigues will either knock Cannonier down, well, like rock him, knock him down, or decide to take him down and finish him on the ground with ground and pound shots in round number 4. I do believe he will soften him up. They will have some good exchanges, some good rounds in the first couple of rounds, but then by the 4th round, he will hurt him significantly, take him to the ground either by takedown or by knocking him down, and finish him with violent ground and pound. And Cannonier most definitely will retire after this fight. I at least hope so. If he loses by knockout, I at least hope so for him, for his safety, for his family, for everything, that he will retire. And Robocop will potentially get top 5 opponent in his next fight. So I do believe this will be a very fun main event. Write your predictions in the comments, you guys. This is my prediction for this fight. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, I would appreciate that. Make sure to check out my merch, bloodshop.net, link is in the bio. Worldwide free shipping with the code FREE. Check it out, you guys. Stay bloody, and until the next one, bye bye. Bloodsport out.